My husband took my car, gave it to his side chick, then lied to me that the car got stolen. I know some of you men will be like, madam, how are you sure? Where's the evidence? Well, I did my findings, and that's how I got my evidence. I've been together with my husband for a couple of years, and we have kids. For the sake of privacy, I'm not going to mention the number of kids that we have on this video. Initially, when we started, things was just normal. It wasn't okay, but we were average. And we didn't have a car. We were either using public transport, keke, bike, or whatever, right? And when my children goes to school, they use keke. Now, this is how the whole thing got tricky. At some point, my children started going to school late because sometimes before the keke will come and take them to school, or sometimes I will move around, start to look for keke. So I got a complaint at some point from their school that they are always coming late to school and I should find a way to, resolve it. So I brought this to the attention of my husband a couple of times, and we came to a conclusion that we're going to put our resources together, that's his money and my money, so that we can get a car. And the main reason why we are buying this car is so that I can use it for the children and school runs, like going to drop them off at school and picking them up, maybe when I'm going to the market. Like that was the main reason why we said we were going to buy this car. Now, God being so kind, we got the car, and everything was moving fine. The reason why we bought it was why I was using it. Now tell me why a couple of months into us getting this car, my husband came to me one day and told me that I should we have to let him start driving the car, because him going to work and entering public bus sometimes he doesn't really like it. And for his ego, for his status, he doesn't, now that he already has the car, he doesn't think that him entering public bus is a good thing. So he should be the one driving the car. Then I brought it to the attention of my husband, like, remember the reason why we bought this car in the first place. Not that I'm depriving you from driving it, but the days that these kids are supposed to go into school, how are they going to go to school? We bought it so that I can be using it to go drop them off and bring them, back home. But one thing about men is once their mind is made up, the mind is made up. And because I'm a Nigerian woman and I want peace in my marriage, I just listened to my husband and I give him the car. I'm like, if it is this car that's going to make us have issue, oh yeah, take. From that day, my children started entering keke to school, of which the challenges of them entering keke to school, like going late, somehow started, but there was nothing I could necessarily do. But at some point, the complaint from the school became too much. Then I went to meet my father. My father is still okay. I told him the situation of things, told him how me and my husband already got in the car before, but he has collected it from me, saying that he wants to drive me to work and I cannot necessarily do anything. So I begged my dad that, okay, any I should just get me a car, at least, like, I don't mind. So after I finished talking to my father, a couple of weeks later, my dad got me a car. And the car that my father got me was two times better than the car that we bought before, like in terms of interior and exterior, right? When my husband saw it, was really happy for me, like, oh, you're so lucky this that we celebrated it and everything was moving normal. The car my dad got me was what I was using to take my children to school. Now, a couple of months after this, my husband came back from work one day without his car. That's that first car that we bought. Honey, what is happening? Where is the car? He said, the car got spoiled, so it's at the mechanic. I didn't say anything bad about it because I mean it's a car, Abby, and anything can happen, right? But tell me why one day passed, 2 days passed, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. Where is the car? He said he stayed at the mechanic workshop. They're still doing this, they're still doing that. He just gave flimsy excuse and I let it die down. Now, a month after this thing happened, he's still yet to bring back that first car. My husband came and told me that I should allow him to be driving the car that my father got me. He just gave one excuse and say, oh, this is, he said a whole lot of things. And I was like, no, this is a car that my dad gave me, right? We bought the first car. You found a way to collect it from me. I don't leave one for you. Now you want to come and collect this one that my dad gave me. But maybe because of my good mind or because I love my husband and I wanted my marriage to work, after much back and forth, I gave him that car, allow him to start driving the car that my dad got for me. Now tell me why a couple of weeks, let's say not even a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 months into this whole thing, my husband came back for work one day, carless, not with the first car, not with my own car. Then I asked him, where moto, like what's happening? Where he was looking, putting this face of, was carrying this face of sadness, and something happened, and on his way from work they collected the car from him at gunpoint. Oh, this is it. He was displaying a whole lot of drama. It did not sit well with me because it was not making sense, right? When you ask him question, what he said before and what he will say now are two different things. So his story was not matching up, right? And you know There's one thing about a woman and her instincts. Once a woman's instinct starts to say something is fishy, do your findings. That means something is fishy. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. Now, so after that thing happened that day, after all back and forth, I didn't really make a big deal out of it. Although I was sad, but something was telling me that this story, balance. So a couple of days after that thing happened, one evening, one night that my husband was sleeping, I took his phone and I opened it. When I opened it, I was looking for evidence to know what really happened. Not that I was checking if he was cheating or not. In fact, at some point in our marriage, my husband cheated multiple times and I forgive him. And I even came to terms with the fact that, okay, if he wants to cheat, now him sabi. So when I was going through his phone that day, I wasn't looking for side chick or whatever. I was just looking for evidence to know if to understand what really happened to the two cars. Now, then I scroll and scroll. That was when I saw a chat between my husband and one of his side chick. Apparently, my husband gave the first car, that's that one that will put money together to buy, that he said is still at the mechanical shop. He gave it to one of his side chick, one single girl like that. Then the second one that my husband collected from me, which is the car that my father bought for me, he gave it to his new side chick. She is a single mother, but my husband is not the father of her child. She's just a single mother for somebody. So apparently, she found a way to convince him, and he gave her the car. So my husband gave both of our cars to two of his different side chick. The same car that we had an agreement that, oh, this is the reason why we're going to get it for our children. My husband puts me in a state of this duress, I busy distress, I'm going to call it, because he wanted to please his side chick. So he preferred me, because after I collected that my own card that my dad gave me, I started entering keke again with my children. So when I saw that message, I couldn't even understand what I was feeling at that moment. I was so angry. It was as if I should pounce on him as he's sleeping there, but something was like I should just wait for him to wake up. The next morning when he woke up, I still asked him again. I said, honey, what happened to the car? He said, have I not told you before? And what do you want me? You just find a way to dismiss it. That's when the thing that made sense to me that, oh, this man is actually lying. Then he entered bathroom to go and bath. Should I say it's out of anger or out of frustration or out of the anger that have been because apart from the fact that he gave this car to his side chick, this man has been cheating before. So all the anger combined, I went to the kitchen, boiled water, made a bowl of hot custard. Yes, I made a bowl of hot custard. As my husband was coming out from the bathroom, I asked him, what did you say happened to that car again? He said, before we say 2 or 3 words, I just poured the hot liquid of watery custard on him. Then I started shouting at him. You think I don't know that both cars are with your side chick? I saw the evidence on your phone. I was shouting and telling him, how dare you take the car? Okay, the first one that we bought, you took it from me. I don't have a problem with it. Now, the one that my father gave me, you took it from me and you went to give it to one of your side chick, a single mother. Then you prefer me and your children to be walking, trekking under the sun. Both cars, you took it from us. So I was just saying those things. And when I was shouting, my husband was on the floor rolling because hot custard. Now he already had burns all over his body. And at some point, he stopped shouting. Then he became unconscious. That was when it dawned on me that, okay, that was when I'm not one thing about anger. Anger will blind your eyes, right? After I finished doing everything, I called people. They were asking me what happened, what happened. Me, I did not really talk. They took him to the hospital. And currently, as we speak, my husband is still in a state of coma. Yes, he's still in a state of coma. And I'm still doing everything I can do to collect this car from these girls. Like, I know some of you will say, oh, why did you do that? You went too far. I know I went too far, but I mean, this man has been doing nonsense for the longest, like for the longest of time. Now I am giving an explanation of how he took both of our cars and gave to his side chick. There are other multiple things that this man have done because of side chick that I cannot see. If I'm to say them in this video is going to be too long. So what do you guys think? Do you think I went too far for pointing for reacting that way? I mean, although he's still in a state of coma and he has severe burns in his body, I know I shouldn't have done that, but you cannot necessarily blame me, right? After my family member came and his family member came and all back and forth, I told them what happened. Although they are blaming me, but at the same time, they're telling me that he went too far. Now I'm asking you guys, did I go too far for pouring that hot liquid of custard on my husband? Or should there have been a better way that I would have handled this situation? Mind you, before now, my husband have done things and have looked for ways to make our marriage work. But this man still kept on poking me, pushing me. Do you think I went too far for doing this thing? Or do you think I should have just, found a better way to approach the situation? This is not my story, but what do you think? For me, she went too far for pouring that hot liquid on the man, although that doesn't justify what he did. I feel there should have been other ways she should have handled the situation. But if you think otherwise, or if you think the same as I do, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.